Hey guys, Christopher here.
Hey guys, Noah here.
This is probably going to be a complete mess tonight.
Probably because, other than what we just decided about 5 minutes ago, we didn't really have a topic for today. So we decided, hey, since it's like halfway through the month of October, let's just talk everything Halloween and have a fun time tonight.
And I'm completely feral right now because I haven't been home since Friday. I've been out at the Indiana State Sanatorium for Rockville's Covered Bridge Festival. I don't know what day it is, I don't know what time it is. Like I was telling you, sometimes I wake up at 3 in the afternoon. Sometimes I stay awake for 2 days. Sometimes I go to bed at 8 p.m. I don't know who I am.
I'm
I'm
more
just this
feral.
feral thing roaming the woods.
I'm more feral because I just got back from being gone for like a week and a half from work, and last night was my first night back at work. And so I'm like in that, I got it. Like I'm back to work already. Like my vacation went too fast, way too fast.
It's painful to go back to
It
reality.
is. It is. It sucks.
It
Oh,
does. Let's not talk about that because I've got a few
yeah.
days till I have to face it.
Oh, I know. Whew. Yeah. Let's get back to the topic at hand, though. We're going to talk about just anything Halloween. So, I guess like to start it off, like what is the month of Halloween like? What is it to you? Like, what does it mean to you?
I thought you were going to ask when it starts. I was going to be like November 1st, but
That's
that's what
when
I
it
thought you were going to
ends.
say.
That's when it ends.
The best way I can answer this, it's the time of year when I can most openly express my authentic self because everything about it, whether it's the fun and decorative and playful Halloween customs or whether it's the more traditional times to honor the ancestors, all of that resonates with the very fiber of my being. And those are all things that I do all year round. So this is the time of year where I can just fully immerse myself in that, no questions asked. Not that I ask questions the rest of the year, I don't. But I feel like this is the time of the year when the world does revolve around me.
Hey, that's fair. I get what you mean though, and even though like on the end of like the more spiritual side of things, that's something that I'm even a little bit more new to. I 1000% agree as far as like my personality and how I am. Like Halloween has always just been like my number one time of the year because I've always liked, dressing up or getting to pretend to be somebody you're not, you know? Like that's just
Right.
always been part of my personality, and Halloween is the time of year that you do kind of get to express that side of yourself that typically whenever people would look at you, they'd be like, "Wow, that guy's really weird." But it's
Right.
it's the one time a year everybody's doing it. So it's cool all of a sudden.
And I have loved all things horror my entire life. I mean, I was the young kid who went and hung out at the abandoned mausoleum down the street with his friends, or would take a Ouija board to the park at 11 years old and have seances with his friends. That was me as a child.
Right? Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so
Go
I
ahead.
said something to someone the other day, like, this is what I train for all year long.
Right? Oh my god. That's funny.
You were going to add
Yeah,
something to it, though. What were you going to say?
I just like what you were talking about too. Like I was the same way. Like I've always loved everything horror, you know. Um, and it's also kind of like in my family, there's really not a lot of people that like the horror genre. It's like I could watch horror films with like my dad, and then my best friend Gage, he is a huge like horror lover. Like he's I think his favorites are more towards like the slasher movies, but hey, I love the slasher movies too. So it's always, but it's nice too that like that's when everybody starts to kind of get into it, rather than it just being like this is what I like all the time. It's like everybody kind of joins in on the fun a little bit.
Right. This is the time of the year it's easiest for me to buy new decorations for my house. And I don't mean just for the season. I mean decorations for my house.
Yeah, everything's in stock.
Right.
That's like too like one of my favorite things to do, which I don't know that there's going to be a ton I'll actually get to go and do this year, which kind of makes me sad. But I mean, I might be able to slip in one or two. Is haunted houses, not in the sense of where we paranormal investigate. I want to clarify that for people because I go to a lot of haunted houses, but I'm talking about the ones that particularly try to scare you. I love those.
Let me throw out there that right now I am sitting in what used to be the old children's wing of the Indiana State Sanatorium. So, yes, even this
Oh,
building is haunted.
that's cool. I feel like anywhere you go is going to be haunted.
Right. Are you saying like anywhere here on the grounds or anywhere I go personally, as
Anywhere
in
you
me?
go personally, you'll connect
Probably.
you'll connect to something that's there.
That is the truth. So, what's the most epic Halloween costume you've ever worn?
Oh my god. Most epic?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, it also depends on your it depends on maybe how you view epic. One of my favorite ones that I've ever done. I'm trying to think of how old I was at this point in my life. I want to say I was probably about 14 or 15 years old. Um, but we did it was one of those like trunk or treats, and it was a competition. And you know how I am with competitions. Like I like to win. I like to win. And so we were kind of like, oh, what are we going to do? We decided to do the Little Red Riding Hood. And so to put this into perspective, for anybody that's watched our channel, they obviously they know me. But another person that you might have seen a little bit is my dad. So just if you've seen my dad, picture my dad. He was the big bad wolf. Okay. My younger brother, who is in the Bill Manor series, which he'll be in the Ross House series whenever that comes up. So you'll see him there. But he was Little Red Riding Hood, and I was Grandma. And when I'm talking like I did the full get up for Grandma, I'm talking pantyhose, everything. I went all out for Grandma. And um, a little story about my brother, and he'd probably be mad if he knew I was saying this, but he doesn't really watch much of my episodes anyway, so I feel like I'm free to say this.
This will be the one he watches.
Yeah, this will be the one he watches. But a little story about him that was freaking hilarious. So we did that for trunk or treat, right? Well, they also had like a haunted house that they were doing where they also did like the competitions for like best costumes and stuff like that. And since the trunk or treat like went so well, we were like, hey, we should do it for there too. You know what I mean? So I don't think my dad was at that one because I think he was at work at that point. But me and my brother was like, oh, we can still do Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood. We can still keep that up a little bit. And so we went, and they had those like little like competitions and stuff like that. And my brother, as Little Red Riding Hood, somehow, even against all the actual little girls that were there in their little princess get-ups, he won prettiest. He won the prettiest costume. And there was a woman there. I don't know who she was. She was just somebody random. And she walks up to my mom with my little brother as Little Red Riding Hood, and she was like, "Oh, your little girl is so cute." And he was like, he wasn't young. He was, well, I mean, he was young, but he was like maybe. 8 or 10, like somewhere between 8 and 10 is what I'm thinking at this point in time. So like he was old enough to like you could tell that I was a little boy, but his costume was so good as Little Red Riding Hood, people thought he was actually a little girl. It's one of my favorite stories because of that.
Oh my God.
Dude, it was freaking hilarious.
That's fantastic.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. What about you? What do you think your most epic costume was?
I realized the moment I asked you that question, I was like, shit, I don't have my own answer. And then I did think of an answer. So I'm good now. So I first used this for a Halloween party. And then I used it again the same year for a dance performance on stage, the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, that's cool.
So for the dance performance, we actually danced a tango to the Phantom of the Opera theme.
Okay, okay.
The party was no problem. When I did it again for the dance performance, I almost ended up in tears. So this is when I owned a dance studio.
Okay.
I got up in the morning and I saw all my clients, taught all my normal Saturday morning classes, had two back-to-back 2-hour long workshops to teach for people to dance on stage that night, then had to go and have the 3-hour prosthetic and makeup job done so the mask could be ripped off during the dance. And I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to order food while this is being done. I hadn't eaten all day. I'd been teaching. I was starving.
Right.
My food comes and she's putting on the prosthetic and I can't open my mouth wide enough to take a bite of my sandwich.
Oh no.
I hadn't eaten in like 12 hours. I'm sitting there in the chair and I'm crying. I'm holding this sub sandwich in my hands and I'm crying because I'm so hungry and I can't eat it.
Oh my lord, that's freaking funny.
It was awful. Right after the performance, I ripped the prosthetic off, and I'm like, it was like that scene in Coneheads where she devours the whole sandwich. That's what I did.
Oh my god. I went through this like phase where I don't know, I'm still kind of in the phase to be honest, but
Mhm.
um there was like a solid like several years in a row where I did nothing but dress up as Batman. I was Batman like every year.
I see nothing wrong with this.
I do have some other good ones. Like for instance, like last year, which you'll be at this year's, because like I always throw like a Halloween party. Like that's just my thing. I like to throw Halloween parties. So you'll
Right.
actually be at this one this year. But last year, we did one, and I went as Ricky Bobby, and my wife was Ricky Bobby's wife, and it was hilarious.
I definitely want to see pictures of this.
Oh yeah, I'll show you pictures of it. It was funny. I had the full Wonder Bread outfit and everything. It was hilarious. I feel like I've done so many good ones over the years. But again, too, like because as everybody already knows by now, I'm a huge nerd. So a lot of my stuff has been nerdy stuff too. Like there was one year because like one of my favorite TV shows is Game of Thrones. So I went as Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Nice.
It was fun. That was a good one. I
I
had the
think,
full
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I had the full like black wig and everything. I went all
Nice.
out.
I think one of my worst Halloween costumes ever. I remember as a child wanting to be Dracula.
Ooh.
Yeah, it didn't work. I had my hair slicked back and I looked like Eddie Munster from the original Munsters TV show. It was awful.
I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, that's
It
funny.
was so bad. Somewhere there's probably pictures of this mess.
I know there's a few like one of my other ones and I was young for this one. But my mom dressed me up as Indiana Jones because I loved Indiana Jones growing up. Um, there's like a really, I'll have to show you this picture because like it is a really accurate Indiana Jones, and I'm like young. I think I was maybe like 7 or 8 years old, maybe not even that old. I don't know. I was young,
Nice.
but it was a very accurate Indiana Jones.
Of course, in the early 90s, I had the Freddy Krueger costume that every kid either had or wanted.
Right.
I had that.
I know my buddy Lucas, one year, I can't remember what I was this year, but I know he went as Scream like one
Nice.
year, and then like he was like purposely hiding in bushes to scare people, and it was the funniest thing ever. That's also kind of why I like haunted houses or anything like that. Like I think there's just something fun about scaring the shit out of people.
Absolutely.
And it's like don't get me wrong, I like being scared.
I do too.
I don't think we do what we do if we didn't like that little bit of little bit of that tense feeling.
Right. I
I don't
don't
think we do
scare
what we do.
easily.
I'm the same way. I don't, and that's what does suck, and that's why like a lot of haunted houses I go to, if they get me, I got to give them props, and I'll say something to them afterwards, like, hey, like I got to give you guys props, like you got me. I'm kind of hard to get.
Right. I sometimes, if I'm with a group, even like I'll deliberately go in like last if there's four of us because I feel like they never go after the person in the front. They always go after the people in the back because they feel like they're the ones trying to hide.
That makes sense
So I'll
if you
sometimes
think about it.
deliberately go in the back because it's like I want you to go after me.
There actually was this one time that I participated in a haunted house at like my local hometown. They just said, and I don't even think they do it anymore, but I know they used to every year. And I got to be the chainsaw guy. But
Nice.
but the problem was, um, they gave me a really old shitty chainsaw that didn't work very well. And I remember there was this one. It's it's the part of the night that will always stay with me because it was kind of embarrassing. So I'm hiding behind this bush with my chainsaw, and I hear the people coming, So I'm getting ready to like, oh, I'm gonna do my thing, and I go to rev up that chainsaw, and it does that shit where it starts to, like where it doesn't like it dies, so it didn't actually start. So they heard me coming. I'm like, fuck, like I was pissed. They're like, oh, he's out here somewhere, and I'm like, damn it, because they gave me an old shitty chainsaw that didn't just start. It's like you fucks. I was pissed. I was pissed because I was like, I always wanted to be the chainsaw guy, and I finally got my time to be the chainsaw guy, and they gave me an old shitty chainsaw.
I've always wanted to work at one of those. I've just never had the opportunity. The timing's never worked out right. I always have too much going on in October.
We'll make it happen at some point.
I'd love to work at one of those. Hell, I would even be happy working at like a Halloween store. Just it would bring out the best in me.
Oh, I bet it would actually.
I'd be able to put up with a lot of bullshit if I were surrounded by Halloween stuff all the time.
That's like along with my Halloween parties, I eventually want to do like part of my house is just a haunted house.
That would be
It'd be
amazing.
it'd be cool. It'd be hard to pull off, but I feel like if I could, it'd be fun.
It would be a lot of work, but I think it would be worth it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe
you can
next
even
year.
borrow some real ghosts to help you haunt it.
I would. I would.
Borrow them.
I need your services for the night.
See if you can do some sort of trade or exchange.
Yeah. Now we're to some people listening to this. It doesn't sound right.
Maybe it can go like this. Like if the ghosts go and help you with your haunted house and haunt it and scare people, maybe
Mhm.
you can do a trade where they get a night off and you go to their building and you haunt it and scare people.
Hey, I'd be willing to do that. That's a fair trade. Actually, I'll tell you who I feel bad for. I actually feel bad for my wife because I always feel like a lot of the costumes, like, I feel like I always drag her into them. It's because, like, I always kind of know what I want to do and what I want to be. But I'm like, and she always kind of gets dragged into it. Like, for instance, like the year I was Jon Snow, I made her be Daenerys Targaryen because I was like, oh, it works. You already got the blonde hair. Like, it works. Like, you got this. But I will say this year, she actually, I think, came up with the idea. So I'm excited for that. And since obviously not everybody that's watching this gets to go to my, haunted Halloween party, which it's kind of like, losers. I'm just kidding. It was a joke. You got to be on the cool kids club to get invited. And somehow I didn't get an invitation. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, since not everybody that's watching this is going to be able to be there with us, I will kind of share what my costume is going to be. Me, my wife, and my sister in law are going to be the three main characters from Trailer Park Boys. Now, if you've watched that show, um, you're going to know why this is A, funny, but B, I'm going to be Ricky, my sister in law is going to be Julian, and my wife is going to be Bubbles. It's gonna be epic. I will I will post pictures on the Crooked Pass site because it's Halloween related. So I will take pictures at the Halloween party and I will post them so everybody can kind of be involved in that sense.
Well, hell, I could post a picture of that travesty I was wearing 2 weeks ago at that party.
Right? Right?
For those that don't know, I was at a party a few weeks ago where the two people who host the party always try to seem to want to destroy each other with the theme and who can do the most outrageous costume for the other. So this year it was a RuPaul's Drag Race themed party, and I went wearing heels.
Oh my.
I guess I can post a picture of this travesty as well.
We might as well. I mean,
Oh, you should have
we
seen
might
me coming down the stairs the first time. I was yelling all the way down. How the fuck does anybody get down the stairs?
I
I
don't know
was
how they did it.
so
I don't know how
mad.
they do it. I really don't because like remember how I was telling you that story about when I was younger in high school. This thing I think this was my freshman year in high school. We always did during what we called the rally for life, which was
Mhm.
a big fundraiser for like breast cancer. And one of the things that we did was we had like one of those Miss Rally contests where essentially the boys would dress up as like they're in a beauty pageant and stuff like that, and pretend to be the girls in the beauty pageant, stuff like that. And again, because I'm very just a competitive person, I entered this, and not only did I enter, but I won. I won the competition. And so I did have to wear heels that day. So I do remember that was just a horrid experience. I don't I don't recommend it. I don't know how anybody does it. But the funniest part about that was that whenever you won, you had to give a speech on like, you know, whatever. And I remember it clear as day. It was probably one of my funniest moments of my life, to be honest. I get out there and I'm in the middle of the gymnasium and they're interviewing, like oh like how happy are you that you won? And I'm just like, oh, I'm so grateful, like to win, yada yada yada. I'm giving the whole act. I'm really involved in this part that I'm playing. And so they ask like other than raising money for cancer, what was your reason for wanting to do this? And I said, well, I thought it was just about time that somebody come out here and show all these girls out here what it truly means to be beautiful. And then I literally dropped the mic and walked off. The gymnasium erupts in applause. It was well, half of it was applause. The other half was like, like, but it was probably one of the funniest things I've ever actually done. It was hilarious. I don't care what anybody says. That was freaking hilarious. And I don't even think I really planned it much. I think it was just very spew of the moment. It's what came to me.
Oh my God, that's funny.
It's not really on the topic of today's like topic, but I mean, it was a fun story to
It
tell.
works. We're all over the place today. It
We're
works.
just all over the place. I was still dressing up, so it still involves in Halloween.
Right.
Dressing up.
Is there a costume you've always wanted to do and haven't had a chance yet?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh, I feel like there's an answer yes to that question, but it's also really hard because I'm the type of person that I start planning the next year's costume before this one has even come. And that's where it's like it's because like I was already telling you this, but like because this year we're doing Trailer Park Boys. Another again nerd thing that I'm into that I've been thinking about was I think next year I want to go as the Witcher from the Witcher games, and I'm already kind of planning it because like you can't really see it here, but I'm growing out my hair again, and by next year my hair will be long enough to pull it off. So I'm like, oh, I could be the Witcher next year. So yes, in a way, but it's so hard because I feel like there's my mind is always all over the place with like, oh, I want to do this costume and I want to do that costume and stuff like that. But um, I would say for me in general, while I may not be able to nail down one specific costume that I really want to pull off, I think more the way that I would word this is like comic cons that people go to and like they like have like legit looking like costumes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I think I think at one point I just want to get to that point where my costumes are that good is more the
Nice.
way that I want to eventually get it to. But like one that would be really hard to pull off. And again, like if you don't play video games, you're not going to get this. But the Master Chief from the Halo games, I would love to be the Master Chief from Halo games.
Nice.
What about you? What's maybe one that you've always wanted to do?
This is going to sound so stupid, and I don't even know if I want to wear this for a Halloween costume or if I just like middle of the year, like May, I'm running around on the streets in this. I want one of those inflatable T-Rex suits.
Oh, really?
I've always wanted one of those so bad.
I'm pretty sure I have one. I'm pretty sure I have one that I could get you.
I just want it for like some random day of the year to just be out and
Because we
about in it.
did a few years back, and I could show you this picture too. But we did another trunk or treat, but this year it was Jurassic Park themed. So I went I went as Alan Grant from Jurassic Park, and my brother was in the inflatable dinosaur costume.
It's got to be the T-Rex though. That's the one I want.
Well, it is the T Rex
I
because
just want those little T-Rex arms.
we even shot a little video where I was running from the T Rex. It was funny.
I want to record something where I'm just like going about my normal day in the T-Rex outfit. Like I've got a cup of coffee or something and just trying to drink, reading my newspaper with the little T-Rex
That'd be
arms.
funny. Oh my god, that would be funny. I'm about to check. I think my mom is who has it. I'm gonna have to check on that. I'll ask her if she still got it.
It's always been a dream of mine. I don't know why I haven't gotten to it. I mean, I have my bat onesie, I have my Bucky's
And
onesie.
they sell that at like Spirit Halloween every year.
Right. I've just never grabbed one when I've been there. And I
That
go
would
to
be
Spirit
funny.
every year.
That would be funny. That's
I
like
especially go the day after. The day after Halloween is my Black Friday.
I guess this is also too a good time maybe to mention that we're gonna be at the FCI Halloween like trick or treat thing.
Yes. Sunday the 2nd. Sunday, November 2nd in Lancaster, Ohio at the Fairfield County Infirmary. Time to be determined. You can follow their Facebook page, Fairfield County Infirmary, and all the details will be there.
Yeah, we can also post on our Facebook page to like the times of things too to kind of help promote that. And since we'll be there, I mean, and it's like, hey, like if you like Halloween, if you like trick or treat, if you like us, come see us out there because we're gonna be there, and
And if
we're
you
gonna
want to
be.
see like an epic historic haunted building.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying, but we're gonna be entering the like decorate your room contest, and we're still kind of putting those pieces together. But I know we're gonna come up with something really good for it. So you're gonna have to come see our room.
Hell yeah.
Pictures will also be posted on the Facebook page once we do that.
I thought you were going to say pictures with us will be available. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Hey, I'm open to that. If anybody actually does want a picture with us, it's free of charge. I'm not going to charge you to take a picture with me. It's free, damn it.
How often do you hear that? Nothing is free anymore.
Yeah, nothing is ever free. But yeah, to get a picture, like I won't charge to for somebody to take a picture with me. I feel like that's a little bit outrageous.
I agree.
So like I'm not gonna charge you. Just if you want a picture with me, come take a picture with me.
And just saying, I love having my picture taken. I love it.
I just had an idea in my head, but I'm gonna have to hold on to it just because I don't want to say it on while we're live or while we're streaming this. Because this is gonna be I think this is gonna be about the room.
Oh. Okay.
So I will say it to you once we're done streaming. And for those that are like, what's he thinking about? Hey, come see the room and you'll find out.
You'll just have to come out.
You'll just have to come out and see it because I feel like it's a good idea. At least I think it's a good idea. So we'll see
Now
what
I'm
you think
excited.
after.
Now I'm intrigued.
I know. It's this time of year, man. It gets me all excited. I got so many ideas.
I know. I'm on top. I always say this time of year, I'm at the height of my power.
Right?
I'm talking like September 1st through the day after Thanksgiving. Just,
And it's like, don't get me wrong, I do like Christmas. I'm not hating on Christmas. It's just that Halloween, oh, I think, has always been a little bit more special for me.
I agree. And I mean, we celebrate the winter solstice in my house instead of celebrating Christmas, which doesn't get the same attention publicly and commercially. So, I mean,
Right.
it's more of a laid back, quiet time for us.
Okay,
Halloween
so
is my time to go all out and live life.
yeah, it's like I don't celebrate Christmas from like I mean, obviously I used to celebrate Christmas more from the religious standpoint, but I guess I don't anymore. Um, but it is I think it is for me Christmas is more just about the idea of giving, you know. So that's
Right.
where I guess for me that's where it still kind of stays. And don't get me wrong, again, because it's kind of like the Halloween thing. I'll dress up as Santa. I've done it before. Last year for our because me and my friends we always do, like we do friends giving, we do friends Christmas and stuff like that. We always get together and have a big party together and stuff like that, and exchange our gifts to one another and stuff like that. Last year for the Christmas party, I dressed up as, I guess you could call me prison Santa. And the reason I say prison Santa is because I had the full like white beard, hat, but like I didn't go out and buy one of like the actual like full on Santa costumes. I bought red pants, um, just a plain red T-shirt, and then I actually used my black duty belt from work as the belt, as the black belt. And but like the red T-shirt that I had was like short, or not short sleeve, but it was just normal sleeved, right? It wasn't long sleeve, so you could see all my tattoos. So when I took the picture, and I think I'm actually even holding a drink in the picture, I straight up look like I'm probably prison Santa.
I have actually once in my life dressed up as Santa as well.
Yeah, Santa is
The,
fun.
the year I started working where I currently work, they always have a Santa come in, and this was 2020 in the midst of the worst of the pandemic, and they did not have a professional Santa come in, so they asked me to do it. Here I was sitting with this sheet of plastic between me and the children, putting hands up to the glass, and no matter how much we stuffed me, I just looked like malnourished, sickly Santa. It was not a good look for me.
Oh, see, that's where like me, like I'm already a bigger guy, so like I've already got the Santa belly on me. That's that's no costume involved. That's just me, bud.
The way the padding worked out, I was just like Santa with big hips. It didn't work.
Hey, so with that being said, if there's anybody that's watching this that's like, hey, I need to hire prison Santa to show up somewhere, I'm available. Just saying.
Or big hips, malnourished Santa.
We kind of come as a package deal though. Oh my. See, I always think it's fun whenever we do these type of topics because it really does just like go off the rails sometimes. Like,
It does. I love that. It's just like real life.
true. Yeah, we just kind of go all over the place, which is very much like if you've ever investigated with us, you know that's just how we are in person. We just go all over the place.
Sometimes there's the best of intentions when it comes to a plan, and then it just goes its own direction.
It just goes. There's no guiding it. There's just follow the path.
Well, I almost feel like an investigation should be that way. If the
Yeah.
investigation is truly being led by spirit and what's happening there, why wouldn't it go its own way?
Oh, 1,000%. You're 1,000% right in that. Like it's exactly how it needs to be. Because if you go in with your own, if you go in with your own intentions, or you think you know where it's gonna go, that's where a lot of times too, you also might misinterpret what the spirits are telling you. Because like, I think that's something that I've noticed a lot with certain things. Like if you go in and you sort of like are writing the story based off of what you know about the history of a place or something like that, based off of what the spirits might be telling you, you might either write it off as nothing or you might misinterpret what they're trying to tell you because you're just staying close to what you know about the history and stuff like that. So I think it is kind of good to just like kind of go in with a blank space sometimes and just let it go where it's going to go.
Right. And I mean, so many of the times you hear me say that I've got something and I'm going to hang on to it. It's because I don't have enough to really put it out there. And I just want to see it unfold organically. I mean, I want the spirits to lead it.
Right. Right. Also, another thing to get kind of back on the Halloween topic a little bit.
Reel it back in.
Reel it back in again. It's like reeling in a fish. You're like, jeez. I do like fishing though. But um,
Same.
one of my favorite things about the Halloween time too is caramel apples. And I know caramel apples are kind of like you can have them any time of the year, but come on. Everybody knows that like caramel apples really shine during Halloween time. And I love
Absolutely.
caramel apples. I love caramel apples.
Do you like them with the chocolate or peanuts on them and whatever
I'll
else
do
might be
just
there?
I'll do just about anything. I mean, like I will do like the chocolate and peanuts and stuff like that, but I'm also generic in the sense of like there to me there is absolutely nothing wrong with just a normal caramel apple.
Right. I
Actually,
usually go ahead.
I was gonna say actually I actually have like a whole thing of apples and the caramel dip in my in my fridge right now, and that's kind of
Nice.
what I've been every like day, and I'll probably have another one today after dinner. I'll probably eat another one. So I
Nice.
gotta have my caramel apple.
I usually limit myself to one a season, but we always go apple picking every year, and I end up making like 5 batches of cider, which is delightful with a little bit of
Oh
bourbon.
yeah, yeah,
I end up doing like 3 or 4 apple crumbles.
hell yeah,
Last year, I actually made apple sauce for the first time, and it turned out really good.
dude. That's something that me and like my well like my mom she did a lot when I was growing up, and she still does it every once in a while. And I always love her applesauce. But that's actually a core memory I have of she had like because you know when you make the applesauce you have to like put it in that like I don't even know what it's really called, but it's that thing that turns and essentially grades it.
Right.
Like I just have core memories of like sitting there and turning that thing to like make the applesauce, which that wasn't the fun part of that experience. The fun part was eating the applesauce afterwards.
Yes, that's always the best part.
But yeah, like oh, I love homemade applesauce. It's so good.
Same. We carve pumpkins every year too, and I always bake the seeds. Always.
Dude, that's actually I feel like that's something I haven't done in a couple years is like actually carve a pumpkin, and I feel like I need to get back into it. I haven't done that in like a couple years.
You should get back into it. We make a day of it every fall where we put on this big ass pot of chili before we leave the house.
Oh
Then
yeah.
we go to one farm to get our pumpkins, and they've always got decorations. I like to get their kettle corn, some of their candies, and we go to a different farm and do apple picking. By the time we get done with all that and get home, the chili is ready to go. Best fall
That
afternoon ever.
that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, we carve pumpkins
Yeah.
every year, and sometimes I come up with something really good, and sometimes it's just stupid.
Oh, I get that. I definitely get that.
Now,
We wouldn't be
last
able
year
to.
I was pleased. I carved
Oh yeah.
like a window or a door inside the pumpkin. So it was a door, and
Okay.
then there was a little window over here, and inside of the pumpkin was a miniature pumpkin. And I drew a little
Oh,
face on him like he was standing and looking out the door.
that's cool.
I know, I was proud of that.
That is cool. I like that. That's really creative.
I'll have
I
to dig
like
up
that.
pictures of the year I did an alien too. That turned out really well. Like
Oh,
your traditional big head extraterrestrial, that turned out really good.
that is cool. I like that. I
If I
like
had the talent and the patience, I'd like to do a Bigfoot.
dude.
I
Oh
could
my god.
probably just do the footprint.
I feel like that's doable.
Right. I have the talent for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done the painting pumpkins one year. I did do that one year.
That I've never done.
It doesn't help that like I draw like a fucking 3-year-old, but it is what
Same.
it is.
I have
So like
no
my
talent at all.
yeah, my painting looked like shit, but I mean, it was still fun.
Now, I do often, when I investigate a place that has children spirits, let them do drawings with my hands. I wonder if that would work the same way. Let
Maybe.
them paint a pumpkin. I might have to experiment on that. Maybe.
You could even have them draw on like the normal like pad. So that way whenever you would basically put the paper on the pumpkin, you can trace it.
Right. I might have to experiment with that at FCI's Halloween. I might have to bring a pumpkin out there and let them do their thing.
That'd be kind of fun though. We wouldn't be able to do it this year because it's kind of like last minute, but maybe next year we could even have an event where we just have people come out and hang out with us and carve pumpkins and do all kinds of
Oh,
fun
I'm
Halloween
down
stuff.
for that.
Yeah, do all
Anything
kinds of
Halloween.
bobbing for apples.
I might be a little too competitive for that. You see me start holding someone down.
Uh, what's funny is I didn't say it, but I almost had the same like idea, like somebody be like, I can't do it, like get back down there, like get that apple.
Nobody ever comes to our event again because
Yeah.
we made everybody cry.
Yeah. We would go down in history as having the worst Halloween party ever.
Maybe that would be the thing that sends us viral.
Maybe. Hey, you got to go viral some way. What's that saying? There's no such thing as bad press. I don't know. I highly disagree with that saying. I think there is
Absolutely.
such a thing as bad press.
There definitely is. Oh my God. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever spent time in this room before. And as it gets darker, just the whole feeling of the room changes.
Is it like a thing where it's like it's more of the shift into night maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Which that seems to be a common theme in a lot of places where it's kind of like that shift into night. There's the whole energy change.
Right. I don't notice it as much in the room I'm actually staying in, which is like you open the door, walk out, and you walk into the room that I'm staying in. It's directly across the hall. I don't notice it as much in there. This room has a different feel, though.
You might have to do a little bit with that.
Right. Yeah, I'll be here for another 5, 6 days. Might as well.
You could
Well,
always go. You could always go live on Facebook with it too.
I could. I might do that.
You know what I mean?
I haven't done anything live since I've been out here yet.
Yeah.
This
I feel
morning,
like
I
that's.
posted a video of me rescuing a spider on
Oh,
TikTok.
yeah. I
I'm
feel like that's something
holding
maybe we
this
should do a
box
little
of
bit
like
more.
granola bars and going, "How the fuck did we get here?" And then I flip the camera and you see me shake the spider out of the box.
I feel like that's maybe something we should do a little bit more. Is like go live on something like Facebook.
I think we should too.
Do something. Yeah. We'll come up with
Right.
something. We'll kind of workshop it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, there's all these. Maybe we can plan something next week when we're out at Billy Creek.
Yeah. Because we have all day. We can go live with something.
Right. I mean, it won't work from the Civil War house because there's no reception there whatsoever.
Right, right.
Which it might not be a good idea to do it there anyway, because who knows what might happen. I might not
Yeah.
be myself.
Right. That'll be interesting.
I did go again this morning just to sit there on the porch and read my paper and drink my coffee.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
If I lived out here, I would go sit there in the dead of winter and read my paper and drink my coffee.
That sounds about right.
It would be like minus 20 and I'd be sitting on that porch just. Last night, a few people went over to investigate that house and I didn't even go. I went to bed early.
Oh yeah. You must have been pretty tired if you didn't go.
I was. It's because we went to the drunk tank yesterday. That's why I was tired.
Which yeah, if you've never been out to the drunk tank out there by Billy Creek, go see our friend Trina. She's a trip.
It's part of the old jail inn, which is now an Airbnb. So you can stay in the old repurposed jail, and then downstairs is a wine bar.
That's
So
even better.
definitely worth the trip.
Yeah. Apparently, my name there is Ruth. That's what I've been named.
They let you write on the walls and ceiling, and I've been there enough that I've now taken over this whole chunk of ceiling. All my dogs' names are there. I'm starting to add my past life names to the ceiling.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
One person wrote her name, just 4 letters, in one of my ceiling squares. So yesterday I kind of boxed her in just to separate all my stuff from hers. And the way I boxed her in, it looked like a little tombstone. So I just added a little RIP. I was also like 4 glasses of wine deep at that time.
I remember because like the messages that you were sending me about the whole thing that was going on, I could tell you were a little toasted at that point.
I
that's
had
like
not a care in the world.
that's like me when I went out to Tennessee this past week and we did all the moonshine tastings at both Sugarland and Old Smoky. I was a little toasted after all that. So I ended up buying 6 mason jars of moonshine out there. My favorite one is probably the peanut butter moonshine.
That sounds so good.
It is very good.
Tell me you bought a jar of that.
Oh yeah, that was one of the 6 I bought.
I insist on trying that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I also
peanut
had
butter
one.
anything wins.
I also had one that was it was a new flavor by Old Smoky and it was brownie. And
That
I'm
could
not
go either way, I think. That could either be
no,
really
like
good or not.
no, it's good. It tastes just like chocolate milk. It's dangerous. It's dangerous because it tastes just like chocolate milk. So that was another one that I bought.
You'd have to be very careful with that. I can see how that could lead to great trouble.
Or just full send it. See what happens. I don't advise that. Don't do that at home. Do not do this. Do not do this.
We have to put a disclaimer on everything.
I know. Like
There's probably other things we should put a disclaimer on too that we haven't.
probably. See, this is why next year when we have all of our events, people need to come out cuz I I think we're fun people.
I don't know anybody as fun as we are.
It might be a little bit of a biased statement, but hey.
I can
Oh
go
my.
either way. When I'm fun, I'm really fun. When I'm not, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Oh my. But I don't think there's really anything else that I got for today's subject. I'm sure because again, we still got a couple weeks in this month. We'll probably even talk a little bit more about Halloween just because of how much we love it, but I don't think
Oh,
there's
hell yeah.
really anything I don't think there's anything else we really need to talk about for today.
No, I think that was good. I think we went off the rails enough for today.
Yeah, I think so. So, as always, I hope everybody enjoyed today's show. I can't wait to see you guys next week. Please stay tuned for all the things that we're doing. And hey, if you're interested in the trick or treat thing, stay on the Fairfield County Infirmary's Facebook page, and you can even see ours. We'll post stuff about it just so that way people stay in the know. But if you're interested in that, come see us. We're going to be there.
Absolutely. You don't want to miss it.
Absolutely not. All
See you
right.
next time.
See you guys.